Mr. Volentine, explain to me, when you buy shares of Seafarer or any company, and you put in an order through Scottsdale, whether electronically or you call a broker up, and you buy shares through the stock market, where does that money go? Objective form.
I have no clue where it goes. I'm assuming Scott Trade, somewhere they sent, I don't know, somewhere into cyberspace.
Whose shares are you buying?
Well, let's say if I buy Seafarer shares, I don't know where it goes. I'm assuming it goes through them somewhere, somehow, into something, because their stock price goes up whenever we buy.
Again, whose shares are you buying when you buy shares on the stock market?
Of whatever particular company I buy. I don't
Right,
understand the question.
Right, but who's holding the share? Who's the seller of the shares that you're buying?
It could be the broker. I don't know.
You're saying the broker owns the shares?
I have no clue who owns the shares. All I know is when I buy them, I own them.
Right? Right. When you buy them, you own them. When you sell them, who?
I have no clue who gets them at that point, where they go. I never thought about it.
Do you have any idea where the money goes to? Objective form. When you're buying the shares and you spent money, let's say the $6,000 that you put into Seafarer at one time, do you know where that money went? Objective form.
No, I don't.
Is it in your mind that the money goes to the company? Objective form.
I never thought about that.
What is it that your understanding and your knowledge that a transfer agent does?
They fulfill the order, stock orders of buying and selling.
Where would those stock orders be at that they're fulfilling?
It should be in their office.
No, okay, but where would the orders be at? Through what source? Who's ordering them?
Well, I come to learn it would be private placement people, or those wanting pipe shares.
You said you come to learn. When did you learn that?
I want to say 2015.
Before 2015, did you believe that the transfer agent is the one filling in stock on the market?
I believe I did.
So since that time, you've come to know that the role of a transfer agent is different than what you thought it was, correct?
Yes.
How did you learn it was different?
I'm trying to remember who explained it to me. Somebody explained it to me, and I can't remember who.
All right. So then if there were any posts that you had, which we'll get into, that said that the transfer agent is selling shares or something to that effect, was that how it happens with a company, the transfer agent selling the shares?
Yeah.
Are you saying a transfer agent sells shares for a public company?
They do.
And does a transfer agent, to your understanding and knowledge, make money off of selling shares for the company?
Yes.
Was there any source directly from the company that you place as being part of that pump before the news release came out? Objective form.
I don't believe so.
So again, as you've stated, you relied upon these people on the board that something was going to happen with the stock, and you bought.
Yes.
You bought shares. All right. How much did you buy at the time, approximately?
I almost want to say I had something about 600 and something thousand, 600,000, something right about that figure.
And did
I mean,
you sell?
yeah, 600 and something thousand, right around there. I did the day of as soon as I quickly glanced over the press release, I didn't see the word recovery or salvage permit. Those are the key words I was looking for. It wasn't there, so.
Right. So did you put in a sale order
Right away,
for all 600,000?
everything.
Okay. How do you electronically trade with Scottsdale, or do you call it in?
No, I do it right on the computer.
Okay. And did you sell them that day?
Oh, yes. I wanted to be first out the door.
Do you remember what the price was approximately that you sold at?
It was 2 point something cents.
Did you make money on it?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Do you know approximately how much you made?
I almost want to say I made 6,000 on it.
How would you know that anyone is selling shares in Seafair stock besides yourself?
Because you see the stock price go down.
Are you familiar with the securities forms that are filed, forms 3, 4, or 5?
No,
You do not know what those forms are?
I never heard of those before. To my knowledge or my recollection,
Have you ever invested or sent money to Seafair for a convertible note?
no.
Just to be certain, you've never actually talked to anybody who's either a director of Seafair or part of Seafair's management, correct?
Correct.
How much money did you make off of Endurance Exploration?
No, I didn't.
How much money did you lose off Endurance Exploration?
That I couldn't tell you. But if you go to their stock price, you'll see a huge gap, instead of a narrow gap between the buy and sell.
And again, you're not familiar with SEC Forms 3, 4, or 5, correct?
Correct.
So you don't know what those mean to insiders in dealing with shares, correct?
Not entirely. No. I would have to say
Well,
correct.
Do you know at all what they mean?
Nope.
Do you ever click on or look at insider transactions of shares that are publicly available?
I don't recollect. I'd have to say I don't know.
Who from management, as an officer or director of Seafair, was pumping on the board that a permit was coming?
Objective form.
Well, I would have to say I'm unsure.
Have you known anybody who has talked to Mike Eldred? As
Yes.
to Endurance. Okay, as to Endurance.
Yes.
Okay, who do you know?
Bradley Farmer.
I'm sorry?
Bradley Farmer.
Bradley Farmer.
Yes.
Okay.
Because he's a shareholder.
In what?
Endurance Exploration.
Okay. What is Bradley Farmer's screen name?
Small caps.
Small Caps Market?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, I got my finger between the chair and the table.
Small Caps Market, and he is a poster on Investors Hub as well, correct?
Yes.
How did you meet Bradley Farmer?
He came to post on the Seafair board a whole bunch of information that I didn't know. You know, and I figured, okay, I'm going to see what he knows. And so I did. Then we got to be friends after that.
Okay. And you share information with Mr. Farmer about what's happening in your court case, do you not? This case?
Yeah, I told him read the filings, and he does all the time.
When's the last time you talked to him?
I believe it was this morning.
What did you talk about?
Don't recall. Yes.
Starting on page 49. What do you recognize it to be?
The stipulated motion for entry and consent final judgment, and there is Judge Cook's ruling.
Well, wait a minute. Do you recognize that to be Judge Cook's ruling, or what do you recognize it to be?
Judge Cook's ruling. Wait, let me go ahead and read it.
Well, let me stop you there. Do you recognize anything on the front as far as the bottom, as far as initials go?
Oh, okay, yes.
What do you recognize there?
That was something that I kind of skimmed through and just to be done with this thing.
You skimmed through. Did
Yeah.
you initial it?
Yeah, I
You
did.
Initial it.
Because you told me to.
I told you to.
Yeah, you said that's how you do it. You sign it and you initial on those pages, and we're done.
Was I present in the room with you when you did it?
Nope.
Where were you at when you did it?
At home, whenever I got home, you said you sent it over because we were talking when I was on my cell phone in the town.
Are you saying I was talking to you at 6:25 p.m. Pacific Standard Time?
No, that was earlier. It was earlier in the day.
So are you saying I was not talking to you on the phone at the time that you signed it, right?
Correct. We talked on the phone after we got done with that court with Judge Cook.
Right. I remember that. And that was during the daytime hours. Did you have the opportunity and the time, if you had chosen to do so, that you could have discussed this with an attorney or anyone else before you signed it?
No.
You did not have the opportunity?
No.
Why did you not have the opportunity?
Well, it's simple. You wanted it back. You wanted this. We wanted it back. We wanted it done. We made a gentleman's agreement. We're done with it. Just give it back to you. So I did. So there's no reason to need to go talk to anybody.
So therefore, you understood what was inside of it, correct? You wanted this over with, right?
Yeah, that's all I understood is I wanted it over with. All the little detail line by line by line. No.